I don't know my calendar, bro.
Oh
As soon as I
man.
do, I'll let you know.
See,
You know what I mean?
all you gotta do is just jump on there and we'll fit you in, man. Maybe I could get Yogi to do a special recording because he's so tight on the schedule, right?
Affirmative.
Yogi's tight on his
Hey, you
schedule.
Yeah.
guys, we're
We
live.
oh yeah, man.
We're
He's tight.
live on the Mill to Vet YouTube. So, good evening, you guys. Welcome to the Veteran Series and Mill to Vet special. We are live on the Mill to Vet YouTube. So, the great information that we have, we share, we learned tonight, we get to continue to share on our YouTube now. This is really fun because we were over on Facebook before, so new for us. I'm Christine. This is Melissa. This is Daniel. I'm gonna let Daniel do our opening.
So once again, yeah, I like how she passed that off. Once again, welcome. Good evening to you all who have decided to join us tonight. Our official name is Helping Those Veterans Who Have Served Us, and we are formally part of the Return to Roots podcast. This virtual forum is held once a month. We our mission is to bring veterans and resources together alike with the overall intention of bettering the medical process in general, the veterans benefits claims process, transitional. We offer transitional resources, and we just love to bring people together and network. So if you feel that this forum would benefit you or a friend, please join us in the future. We do this once a month. If someone does not know about it who is in need, please reach out to them and have them join. So with that, we will start introducing our guests. I would politely ask that when we introduce you or when you introduce yourself, that you hold your introduction to 30 seconds or less. We only ask that because we are on a tight schedule and our guest speaker is allotted about 30 minutes of time. So please, when making your introduction, keep it to 30 seconds, okay? Who are we going to go to first, Christine?
Let's do Hank. Hank knows how to do this. When you introduce yourself, please let us know, what service you are, what you do now, if you have any resources and any other information you have past 30 seconds, put it in chat so we can all connect with you. Hank, you're up.
So my 30 seconds starts now.
It
Very
starts.
well. I'm a Marine, been doing stand-up comedy for a little bit. Was in the post office, hated it. So now my resource I'm with is Operation Transition Outside the Wire. They're the guys I work with. They're a coffee company that helps veterans with PTSD get back into society. They're up in Williams, Arizona, and it's all through coffee. That's it. They don't do anything else. It's just straight coffee that they go with. So if you're looking to help out, to donate, they take donations. They're a 501c3. It's Operation Transition Outside the Wire.
Thank you, Hank. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's me.
And then again, for people who jumped on past, your introduction is 30 seconds. It's about you, your service, resources, and any other information like connecting can be done after the 30 seconds in chat so we can connect with you.
We will have open time to discuss.
Yeah, and we will open the floor soon too.
Yeah, real quick,
to our speaker.
who you are, what you do, where you come from, really quick.
And I would say Akina, if I pronounced it right. Perfect. Oh, but you're on mute.
Yeah, you have to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. My name is Akina Goodson. I am the outreach coordinator for the Stephen A. Cohen Military Family Clinic. We provide mental health services, so therapy services for our post 9/11 veterans, active duty service members, and their families, which means the entire family. Whoever the veteran or service member identifies as a family member is eligible for care at our clinics. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you. You are awesome. You are great. That was like 24 seconds.
Good job.
Perfect. Okay, next we have Rebecca Kopsiak. Did I say it right? Did I say it right?
You did. Hello. My name's Rebecca Kopsiak. I'm the outreach coordinator at a VA Long Beach healthcare system located in Southern California. I work in the public affairs office, and we're just out here, helping veterans kind of educate about VA healthcare. Specifically, we can talk about benefits, but definitely more the healthcare side of the house.
Wonderful.
I might know her.
Yeah, it's great to meet you. I'm choosing Patriots and Paws with the U.S. Vets event. Oh,
Yeah.
I wish we would have seen you. We were right there.
I know, right?
All right, who do we got? Chris,
Okay, it was great.
Yogi,
It's great to have you
Anthony?
on. Any connections, you guys, like information, contact, phone number, email, go ahead and put in chat. Anthony, you are up. I love it. I love it. I need a picture like that, seriously. That is like the money shot.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This is Anthony from Santa Ana College. We have completely free classes. Enrollment is open. You can sign up anytime.
Awesome.
Isn't that amazing? Completely free.
Free
I know, I think,
classes.
yeah, that's cool. All right, and we have
Can it-
Yogi. Huh?
Can it be? Go ahead, Yogi.
Hi, I'm Yogi. I'm with Return to Roots. We are Return to Roots, Mill to Vet, and the Veteran Series here with Christine and the group. We also have a podcast. I'll let Chris do the Mill to Vet side. The podcast is for us to be able to disseminate some of the information to our audience and be able to reach them and be able to prepare them for the transition prior to them even starting the transition. We Our goal is to reach the active duty service members uh, so that they're prepared ready to be able to both do
We're at
the
time.
VA.
We're at time. Sorry.
It's all good.
We'll get more time later
I was
on.
testing you.
Chris.
Go ahead,
Chris
Chris.
Mill the Vet.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Sorry about that. I was typing in chat. Anyways, so Milda Vet. Love everything that's this whole entire series form is doing. And so when Christine came to Yogi and I, it was an obvious decision to become part of this entire process. So Christine's amazing. I want to make sure that everybody in here, let's everybody do a yes for Christine because she's like
Yes.
good. So everyone, 1, 2, 3, yes.
We're
All right.
all
Yes.
doing this, connecting together. Thank you. Do not do that.
So I know I'm going a little bit over time.
Hold your time.
I'm Chris Elder, Senior Chief. I retired, not by choice. So Yogi and I got together, created the Return to Roots podcast, turned in Mill to Vet, and now we're going to hopefully get some more reach out there. So look forward to hearing some stories from you guys. Please connect with us. Go to Mill to Vet, sign up for the newsletters. If you got a newsletter that directed you here, can I see your hands? Who got a newsletter here? So you see, all right, cool.
First,
You guys got the newsletters, you guys got all your stuff, and the link got you here, so you're going to know exactly what's going on with Mill to Vet. Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Chris.
Now we have
That
Melissa.
guy's a champion.
Now we're going to introduce our team. We're going to start with Melissa.
We're starting with Melissa.
Hi.
And who she is.
Mel Ramon, Air Force veteran, OAF, OEF, American Legion Bonaparte, service officer, E-board, also part of the veteran series here. Just here, resources, part of the transition, just a lot. I'll be back.
Well, this is the floor,
Love you guys.
You go next.
We're gonna
You're
go
in the
next.
middle.
Okay, Christine, I'm the connector. We've been doing this for 2 years. I think we are building back our network. We're connected on Facebook with part of our community and the rest via email. So we did a hybrid for a while, and when people did the hybrid, it was either come live or not online. So we're building back up our online. Am I at 30? We have people from other states and great resources. So if you need a resource in other states, let me know. And just keep connected, whether it's on our Facebook or on the YouTube or by coming here once a month to finding out what's going on. We have Krieger Gaming Online that's going to do an event at Newport. If they already haven't, they're going to do an event here where we are located now at Patriots and Paws. Patriots and Paws will soon offer to have a podcast. We'll have a room upstairs dedicated to this so we can teach other veterans to do these things. We'll be doing other classes. So we'd love the VA to come and do a class. We have the Red Cross who's going to come and do a class here. He's a SAF. What was he? Army veteran. Anyways, we've got tons of things going on. So we are super happy to be doing this and meeting with you guys in 2024.
Yeah.
Your turn. What do you do?
I'm DB Cooper. That's it.
Veteran DB Cooper.
I'm her muscle. So that's the shortest intro you'll ever see. Hi.
All right.
Under 30 seconds.
Introduce King. King,
Yeah.
our speaker tonight is an incredible veteran, King Jaquel Martin. I get to say he's on the show Ballers. Love that. He is a award-winning filmmaker with his fiance. Will be on tonight a little bit later. Noel. They've won 7 awards. They do amazing documentaries. He's got an incredible documentary about his an experience he lived in his life. He's going to speak on being unbreakable tonight. And when you hear this Army veteran speak and the passion that him and Noel, his fiance, have, she is a dependent. Her father was Army. It's just, we're blessed to have him in our group. And we're blessed to have all of you guys here because all of you guys bring something to the table, whether it be a resource or other veterans to help or your passion to help other veterans. So thank you all for being here. And then thank you, King.
And I guess at this time we'll take it. We'll give it up to King. So King, now we have your presentation. I know you have something planned for us, and King's been on this podcast a couple times. I know he was on here.
On Mill Tibet podcast.
Yeah, the series podcast. So let's give a nice warm welcome to King. Go ahead and take it away, sir.
All right. First, we all got to loosen up.
Yeah,
Loosen up a little bit. We got to loosen up, have a little bit of fun.
Give us a lowdown.
Yeah, we all made it to 2024, so we got to loosen up. We got a lot to be thankful for because everybody didn't make it. So if you're here right now, breathing, you're alive, just loosen up, shake it out a little bit.
You're alive. We're alive as well.
Yeah, we got a lot of things to be grateful for.
Yeah.
So the speech is entitled Unbreakable. One moment doesn't define your life. You do. See, right now, you guys see me as the speaker, and you know me by King Jaquel Martin. But I'm going to spill a little tea for you. The truth is, my real name is Carlos Martin. And the reason why I had the transformation in my life to become King Jaquel Martin was because on October 24th, 2005, I was stationed at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. I had just moved there because I just got back from Longstool, Germany. I was taking care of my soldier, PFC Carlisle. We were doing a uniform inspection, just a regular day like any other. And on my way home, I lived maybe 2-3 miles from the base in Quail Run. As I'm driving through my apartment complex, it's shaped like a square. There was an officer there. The officer was in front of me as he drove through the square. He turned through my parking lot, and when I saw the officer, we locked eyes. I acknowledged him by nodding my head to him. I parked my car, I got out my car, and I walked into my house. As I was walking into my house, I heard a tire screech. And all of a sudden, I saw an officer running towards me. Hey, you, come here. I said, me? He said, yeah, you. He says, I'm out here for a noise violation. I said, sir, well, it couldn't have been me because I just got home. Well, he said, give me your license and registration. Now, mind you, as a veteran, I lost my ID card in the midst of transitioning from Germany to South Carolina. So the DMV sent me a paper license. And when I gave the officer the paper license, he was like, well, what the hell is this? And I said, dude, if you would just calm down, you could see I'm a soldier who just got back from Germany. He said, you will not address me as dude. I said, well, you address me by hey, you. He said, well, that's because I don't know your name. Well, hell, I don't know your name either. And next thing I know, the officer slams me to the ground. Sometimes I personally believe God puts people in the right positions for the right reasons. I lived in a duplex and I had a police officer who lived above me. Her name was Officer Coins. She wasn't home at the time, but her mother was there watching the whole incident when I was being wrongfully assaulted by the police in my military uniform. My ex came out of the house and she saw the officer on top of me as he was punching me, kicking me, making all these racial statements. I was glad Johnny Cochran's dead. I'm nothing but another Black statistic. When she took pictures of the situation, he began to panic. 1022, 1022, officer in distress. Now, mind you, I used to take all the kids to the football games because I played semi-pro football. The kids and the women started coming out. And when they came out to the situation, they saw the officer on top of me. Right then and there in my life, I didn't believe that I was unbreakable. I thought I was broken because I thought if I served my country and I stood for liberty, freedom, and justice, that we all would have it. But in that moment, I didn't. Though when the officer called for backup, the other officer came and he slammed my ex into the car. Then he picked her up with her arms handcuffed behind her back and slammed her into the ground. I thought it was over because as a man, it's one thing for you to go through it, but it's something else when you watch a loved one go through the same thing and there's nothing that you can do about it. Again, I felt like I was not unbreakable. It took me 5 years to get to court. We were found not guilty on all charges because the officer lied and different things. It was so bad that the judge started crying. I finally got my freedom. But the point of this situation and why I'm sharing this story with you is, if I wasn't solid within myself, if I didn't know who I am, I wouldn't be here speaking to you right now. See, your situation might not be police brutality. Your situation could just be family, friends, the job. But I'm here to tell you right now that you are unbreakable. And I'm going to prove it to you in this moment. You're here. See, anything that you've been through didn't stop you from making it to today. So if you made it to today, that means whatever you went through in the past doesn't get to define you, because you have the freedom of choice right now to take control of your life. Even if you're leaving the military right now and you don't know what you're going to do, that's okay, because that is a period for you to find your self-love. That is a period for you to reach out to so many people that provide benefits that can give you information that you might not know. Sometimes in life, we feel like we need to do things all by ourselves, but that will put you into the sunken place when you don't get the help. But when you can put yourself in a healthy situation around healthy people who want to do the right things for the right reasons, someone like a Christine who calls herself the connector, that can connect you with all the right people that can change your life, you will become unbreakable. I want everyone to put their hands up like this right now. Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Then I want you to turn your hands and I want you to look at your hands. You see that beautiful thing right there? It's a code. It's a code in your hands that most people don't pay attention to. But this is proof that you are a miracle. And the thing that you're looking at in your hands are called fingerprints. See, no one in this life right now has your fingerprints. That means that you are a masterpiece. The question is, will you walk into that, or will you let someone else define you by their opinion, by what social media says, or what the media or anyone else says? See, because when you become deeply rooted within who you are, when you have self-love, when you have boundaries, when you connect to something bigger than you, you will become unbreakable. The question is, are you willing to put in the work for it to happen? For anyone who reads the Bible says faith without work is dead, which means you have to put in the work, which means if you woke up this morning, you have breath in your body, you're able to walk, talk, breathe, whatever your situation is, it means that you can do something different. It means that you don't have to wake up and continue doing the same thing. Because when you do the same thing over and over and again and expect change in your life, that is the definition of insanity. You can choose to be crazy, or you can wake up and make another choice. The question is, will you? Will you choose you? See, they say life is like a movie, and we all like to watch television shows and movies. But the beautiful thing about television shows and movies is there's two sides. You have a protagonist and you have an antagonist. And we all watch the journey of the protagonist. But the question remains is, if life is like a movie and a movie is like life, who are you in your movie of life? Do you not understand that you are the protagonist of your own story? And the antagonist has a job to do. The antagonist is supposed to try to block your blessings. The antagonist is supposed to tell you you're not worthy. The antagonist is supposed to keep you from becoming everything that you're supposed to become. The question is, do you believe? Do you love? And how bad do you want what you say you want? Because in order to do that, I'm going to give y'all something so powerful. You have to be able to take from what's in the imagination and turn it into a reality. Because right now, everything that you see from the couch, I see a flag, I see a computer screen, I see a hat, I see clothes, I see lamps. That is not what you see. Everything that you see right now in your home is someone else's dream. And if we're always participating in someone else's dream, who's participating in our dream? When did our dream become unimportant? We have value. We're unbreakable. And when we tap into who we are, regardless to who hates on us, regardless to who don't believe, you will become unbreakable. Here's the question of the day. Do you get mad at blind people for being blind? Anyone can answer that. Please, please, please. Do you get mad at blind people for being blind? Please come off your mic.
No.
No? Okay, one no. Anybody else say no?
Not at all.
Not at all. Anybody else say no? Okay, so everybody said no, so I can hold y'all to that, right?
Yes.
Okay, got you. So why is it that when God gives us a vision or a higher power or whatever you want to call it, and people don't believe in it, and people don't support it, people don't donate, people don't show up like they promised, people don't follow through with what they told you, why do we get upset?
Ouch.
Why do we get upset?
That hits.
Because how many people can see your dream?
No one can but
People can
you.
see your vision. So if they can't see your dream or your vision, wouldn't that make them blind? But you just told me that we don't get mad at a blind person for being blind. You can come in, love. Introducing my beautiful baby. Hey, Noelle. She just got done coming back from the interview. Hey there, everybody.
Hello.
You can't be mad at a hater. What you should do is you should thank them, because love can take you only so far. But sometimes that pain, that burning pain of disbelief, will take you way further than you being comfortable. That'll be the last time somebody tell me that I can't do it. You'll work harder. That'll be the last time I don't have enough money to feed my family. You'll find a different way. It's a different type of hunger when you can take that pain. Lisa Nichols has an amazing quote. She says, let your hate become your gasoline to your automobile of success. And when you do that, you will become unbreakable. Because one moment doesn't get to define your life. You do. And the question is, what are you writing in your chapters of life? Every day you wake up, you make history. And if you had to read your own book, would you be proud of it? And anytime I do a speech, I always end it with this amazing question. If you died today, would you give yourself an A+ on life's report card? And if not, and you're blessed to see tomorrow, you should live like it's extra credit, because tomorrow is not promised. We are all 6 degrees of separation from loving each other. The question is, will we? And every day that we wake up is an opportunity to change our future. But it's a closer day to our grave. So what are you waiting for? You should be great with every single breath you take, because it could be your last. This is King Jaquel Martin, and you're unbreakable. So on the count of 3, I want you to unmute your mics, and I want everyone to scream with me, unbreakable. 1, 2, 3. Unbreakable!
Unbreakable!
Because one moment doesn't define your life. Dude,
I
thank you.
love it. I love it.
I know, that was awesome. I mean, I need that morning encouragement email or like that voicemail
Yeah.
every morning. We want to give it to you to open the floor, King, and questions, whatever you got to do, what's on people's hearts.
Oh yeah, if anybody has any questions about my story, about what I've been through, because the officer that actually wrongfully assaulted me and my ex is the same officer that assaulted the young lady at Spring Valley High School when she was sitting in the desk and he slammed her on the desk and slammed her on her head and threw her across the classroom. And I don't know, it's crazy because I never thought that I would be in this position that day. So to go from that to being on HBO Ballers or to becoming an award-winning director, to writing a book about it, to turning it into an award-winning film, the only way that happened was I had to get up, dust myself off, and keep going, being the little engine that could. So if you have any questions, please feel free. And this is the beautiful Noel.
You still have 15 more minutes or so, King.
Oh, I do?
Talk more about Noelle, or if Noelle wants to introduce herself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead, Doug.
Hey everybody. So sorry that I'm late. I had a last minute audition that was like due within hours.
Hope you got it.
Thank you so much. So I had to like rush almost towards downtown kind of. So forgive my tardiness. But hi, what's up world? It's your girl, Noelle Jackson, and I am a producer, actor, screenwriter. As you know, the actor, just from an audition. I am also a motivational speaker as well, and I come from a long line of folks who were in the military, specifically in the Army. I am the only wild child that did not join, but I totally understand quite well being an Army brat and being a civilian in this military world and this lifestyle. And so the biggest thing I love to talk about is how I went from moving from Tacoma, Washington, growing up near the base. I was on JBLM, formerly Fort Lewis. Then one day packed up my bags, packed up basically my entire life, packed up my car and drove all the way down to Los Angeles, where I'm at now. Made the transition in 2018. And my biggest passion is to talk to young women and young men about how to navigate Hollywood safely. Just because, Hollywood is a big open secret. Lots of times you can fall into scams, definitely scams, as well as something even worse like trafficking or sexual assault and what have you. And so I do love to share my story because I was sexually assaulted as I went through my journey getting here and all of that. And I just want to make sure that all my young ones and even young people who are young at heart who want to get into the film industry and want to go after their dreams, whether they be an actor, producer, director, writer, what have you, I do my best to just be a guide to how to do that without falling prey. That's like something that's really passionate about me. And so, yeah, a little bit more about me. I'm heavily into documentaries. I worked with the Senator of Washington, Mona Doss, on her journey being the first brown woman to be the Senator of Washington State. And I highlighted her story as well as 7 other women of color who were also competing for their respective offices. And so that was so much fun. And we ended up, what became a passion project became an award-winning project. So now I'm sitting on 7 awards, including 2 Telly Awards for that project. And so thank you so much. So I'm saying all that to say, like, I know King's speeches quite well. So really, one moment does not get to define. It does not, unless you give it power, it does not define the rest of your life and the rest of your story. It just adds fertilizer to what God has already told you to become. And so once we do the reframing of our mind, once we fully understand our purpose, a lot of the obstacles that come our way, they seem more like blessings in disguise. And so I'll talk a little bit more about what happened to me. I had a really weird, terrible roommate situation where I was being scammed out of my rent money and all of that. And it was just really hectic. It was a very hectic time. And I said, you know what? I'm packing up my stuff. I'm leaving. So I ended up moving further south in South LA, where I had stayed with a person who I had gotten into agreement with, like just having my own room. Well, I was supposed to have my own room, and it went from a bait and switch. I had my own room to no, you're actually sleeping in the living room. And then it went from, oh, you're sleeping in the living room to you can't have your stuff out here because we're actually using the living room as living room. So I literally just had a small cot in this living room that I had to clean up every day and all that stuff. And then one day, I was getting ready for an event because I was working for a very prominent person in the music industry. I was working for their family, and I was heading home one night after the event was over, and he was actually waiting for me to get home. And so it was about 1 o'clock in the morning around that time. And he cornered me and tried to have his way with me. And so I fought back. And so it was a very scary time, of course, just because you want to do your best to do the right thing. And then you go and question, like, well, was it something I wore? Was it something I did? So you could go through the whole psychological blame game. And then you realize, no, this person made a terrible decision. And then also, I went back to my own personal responsibility. No, just because this person did this thing to me, I don't have to carry it on like it's shame, because I didn't do anything. I was just myself. And so at first I was really nervous to tell someone, but I ended up getting the courage to tell one of my close friends, saying, hey, this is what's happening. I'm afraid to go home. This man is waiting for me to get back. He's trying to make moves on me, and he went through my things. I don't know where to go. And so I feel like she was such an angel in disguise. She's still one of my best friends today, Marie, and she allowed me to stay with her. And so I stayed with her until I was able to find a better roommate situation, which I did. And now that, of course, had ran its course, and now I live in my own place. Now, if you think about just that incident, that could have really broke me. It really could have. And I would say at times it did. It did. But I'm very grateful that I had people around me to rally around me. And if I couldn't really open up to people, if I was at a situation or I've had a time where I wasn't comfortable to open up to anyone, I went to my Bible, I went to YouTube and found amazing mentors that were mentors in my head, big sisters in my head, big brothers in my head. I went and I searched for those people, so like Elisa Nichols, and really made sure that I did what I could to take care of myself. And so sometimes you may not always have family that understands like what you're going through. And sometimes it may be tough to find that person to talk with. But even if you cannot, you grab a book and you find your hero. You can find your hero in a book. You can find your hero on YouTube. You can find that person that could be a guiding light. Then when you become more confident and as you heal yourself, then you could become your own hero. That's very important. And so, yeah, I've had so many wonderful angels in my life that made sure that I would be okay. And now I can say in confidence that not only am I okay, I feel like I'm thriving now. Sometimes when it comes to going after a dream, people only focus on the sunshine and the rainbows and the things that look nice, but they don't always understand the sacrifice. I know that many of y'all are veterans, And so the word and the term sacrifice means something way greater than even I can imagine. When you decided to fight for your country, when you decide to improve your life and make something of yourself, that takes sacrifice. It's not just, oh, let me just get out, I got to do this PT and all that. No, when you make a decision, a life-changing decision like that, you don't just do it arbitrarily. You make a purposeful decision that changes the trajectory, not only for your life, but if you're married, you're changing your family's trajectory and their legacy when you do so. So what am I saying to all that? The sacrifice ultimately is the biggest proponent to your legacy. And it's the biggest proponent to making your dreams come true. And so, all in all, I am very grateful to be in this space with you all. Thank you so very much. I apologize for my tardiness, but I hope I was able to bless you with something tonight. Thank you.
All right, so I know, thank you for sharing.
Follow that up, King.
Yeah, thank you
Open the floor,
for
man.
your story and being vulnerable, because I think your story is so beautiful, and the fact that you did overcome is really amazing. And more, not just young ladies, but young men also need to be impacted by that.
Mhm.
So a lot of times when motivational speakers speak, you get all motivated, but then it's like, man, well, what steps can I take to create the changes that I want to see? So I'm gonna leave you guys with some formulas. And if you write down these formulas and implement it, I think that these formulas can help create a change in your life. And how can I say that? Well, because you never applied these formulas possibly before. And when you apply something different, isn't life already different? Okay, so formula number 1, hearing plus listening times understanding to the second power of action will lead to a change in your life. Hearing plus listening times understanding to the second power of action will lead to a change in your life. Well, how? Because a lot of times when we're talking to someone else, are we really hearing them? Or are we preparing the rebuttal? And if we're listening, are we listening to understand their viewpoint, or are we only just listening because we're ready to defend our viewpoint? And understanding is one thing to understand something, it's another thing to apply it. When I was in college, I said the biggest lie is knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. It's the application of what you know, because you can know everything and do nothing. So if you don't apply what you understood in the conversation from the other person, then there's no change. To the second power of action, because you have to create a new muscle. It's like going to the gym for the first time. You're going to be sore. It's going to hurt. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to procrastinate. You're going to have so many excuses why you didn't make it to the gym to get that good workout. But then you say you want to be in shape. Well, let me tell y'all one secret. You can't go to the gym one time and think you're going to have a six-pack. It doesn't work like that. In order to create changes in your life, you have to create new muscles, new memories, new everything. That was super funny.
You see Yogi going, yeah.
Hey, we just can't be like, six packs back.
Right.
You know, so it's the power of consistency and discipline. Because when you can be consistent and disciplined in your life, life will change. There are some rules to this thing called life. And the question is, how consistent are you being towards your dream? Anybody got an alarm clock? Ever used an alarm clock before? You used an alarm clock to wake up to go to the job, right? Well, my question is, when was the last time you used an alarm clock to remind you how amazing you are, how great you are, how loved you are, your own personal affirmations throughout the day? Because when you don't do it, someone else is reminding you that you're not good enough, that you're not going to make it. You have it from the songs, from the billboards, from the media, from the movie. You have all this negativity. So sometimes you have to set your own personal alarm clocks to remind you that you are loved, you are amazing, you are blessed, you are enough, your cup is full, your cup is running over. These positive affirmations will create change. Okay, that's formula number 1. Hearing plus listening times understanding to the second power of action. Formula number 2. I've shared this one before. Emotional intelligence equals life divided by you. Well, King, what does that mean? When you were born, you were already pre-programmed with the gift of emotions. No one had to teach you how to be happy, sad, anger, cry, none of that. You were already pre-programmed to be able to do these things. Okay, but there's a difference between having emotions and being emotional. Because your emotions can be your superpower, but when you're emotional, you're no longer in control of your superpower. Has anyone ever did something and then regretted they did what they did? And then when they came back out of their feelings, it was like, man, why did I do that? Well, that's because you didn't use emotional intelligence. That is the difference between being emotional and, that is the difference between having emotions and being emotional. It's emotional intelligence equals. We all agree life was here before we got here. And the experience of life is going to be made up of good experiences and bad experiences. So that is the numerator. The denominator is you, because you are the common denominator of your own life. And based off of how you see your good experiences and your bad experiences, how you feel about what you're going through on this journey and walk of life, you will create your own heaven and hell based off of how you choose to feel. We can choose to stay in a sunken place. We can choose to get up and become everything that we say we are. The question is, what choices are we making? Like in football, when we played sports, we have to watch a game for game planning, right? So we can study the other team, so we know their movements, so we can win the game. Well, I dare you to win the game of your life. I dare you to take the time to shut everything down, shut down the internet, no phone calls, no nothing, and just to take some time for yourself and go back over your walk of life. Because 3 things happen. You're born, you die. Well, King, you said 3 things. That's 2. Well, the second thing is what you choose to do in the middle. Go back and review your choices, because you are where you are right now in life based off of all the decisions you made yesterday. And your past can become your future if you stay stuck in the past because you never look forward, if you never heal. See, a lot of us still have triggers from our childhood, from being teenagers, from a boyfriend, a girlfriend, from parents. These triggers affect us now in our future because we compartmentalize them. We put a wall up. We never dealt with them. We never healed them. And that's why they trigger us now in the future. And then we wonder why we get so upset or our emotional intelligence doesn't apply, because I guarantee if you take a teapot right now, you fill it up with water and you turn it all the way high, eventually it's going to blow. So you have to do a SWOT report on your life. And this is how we're going to end it like this. A SWOT report of business is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And businesses do a SWOT report so they can get a better return on investment. Weekly, quarterly, yearly, monthly. Okay? So what do they analyze? They analyze their strengths of the company. They analyze the weaknesses of the company and what they can do better. They analyze what opportunities it would create if they did better. And then they analyze the threat if they don't do anything about it. Well, if a business is a representation of a person, because a business is a strawman version of a person, when was the last time you looked in the mirror and did a SWOT report on your own life? When was the last time you was honest about what you're really good at? When was the last time you actually looked for the things in your blind spot? You don't see it, but your friends tell you about it, or a hater tells you about it. See, haters are beautiful because they help you recognize the things that you can't see about yourself. Are you willing to check on the things that someone might say about you? Because there might be some truth to it. There are things that we can work on to get better. And if we did get better in our weaknesses, say this one more time. If we did get better in our weaknesses, what opportunities would it create in our life? If we were healthier, if we were consistent, if we were disciplined, what opportunities would it create? Because you can't tell me one dictionary that you'll find success before sacrifice, opportunity, and failure. Because you have to fail at the opportunity and sacrifice to get to the success you want. Noel mentioned rainbows, but you can't see a rainbow without rain. In the church, they say a testimony, but you can't have a testimony without a test. And the test is no more than just overcoming what you've been through. It's 2 words, test. Money. You get tested and you pass it, you get to the happiness. Testimony. So the only way to get your testimony is for you to overcome your challenges in life, because life is supposed to challenge you. Because one moment doesn't define your life. You do. What if you actually played life all out? Has anybody ever asked that question? Man, if I was in high school, boy, man, I would do this, I would do that, boy. Good God, I'm trying to tell you, but well, why can't you do that right now? Are you reading more? Are you jogging more? See, these are you think I'm asking y'all questions, but these are questions for me. My friend said you could tell how successful you want to be with what you do in your downtime. If I really want to book this acting job, I can't be on my Xbox all day. My Xbox is my kryptonite because I like the game. It's fun. It's a way to relieve my stress. I like to get on Call of Duty and shoot something. I like to play 2K and act like I made it to the NBA.
You're gonna have to connect to Jordan. He's on.
You know what I'm saying? I love it. But do I love the game more than my purpose? Do I love the game? And sometimes I got to be honest. Yes. But then I'll be like, man, that should be on me on TV. Man, that should be. Well, guess what they did? They were willing to turn off whatever their kryptonite was to do what they needed to do to get what they wanted. Be happy for other people, because you can't get a blessing if you're not willing to be the blessing. Some people make different sacrifices than you. Some people are doing things that you're not willing to do, and then you're upset that you don't have what you want to have. You know how I got my 100%? Because I went to the VA every single day. I had to do what I had to do, because it is a filtering system to keep you from your benefits. They might not tell you that, but if it's not true, how come they don't tell you all your benefits when you leave? How come they don't tell you to make sure that your medical records are in check before you leave? Because they ask you, are you injured? Are you hurt? Are you going to sick call? And then when you go to sick call, they talk about you to make it seem like you're a bad soldier, but that's preventing you from getting your benefits. You have to be careful with what you listen to. And then the doctor will be like, well, you're only 80%, you're only 20%. Why? Because I didn't use the keywords? Well, let me tell y'all how to get y'all 100%. Go look up your sickness. Go look up what's wrong with you. There are certain key words that if you don't use in your disposition to the doctor, you will not get it. Period. Because you didn't use the keywords. It's the same thing as a job resume. When you want to go for a job or whatever else, you have to use keywords to let them know that you know about their company to be able to get hired. Well, it's the same thing when it comes to your benefits. If I have PTSD and I'm not saying, oh, I have nightmares, cold sweats, I can't sleep at night, we argue all the time, I can't get it up, I can't do this. If you don't paint the narrative or tell the right story or use the things, you're not going to get your benefits. You have to honor yourself. You have to be honest. It's not the doctor's job to tell you what's wrong with you. It's your job to tell the doctor what's wrong. But sometimes our pride prevents us from telling the doctors exactly what we need to get what we're supposed to get, because we have too much pride, or we've been bamboozled, or we've been tricked, we've been deceived. And we have to humble ourselves in order to get to somewhere we've never been. Because what you're doing right now, if you ain't got it, it's not working. And then you're frustrated. Well, why are you frustrated if you wake up and you go back and you do the same thing? If I say 1 + 1 is 0, and then the teacher tells me it's wrong, and every time they ask me the problem, I put 0, and why am I mad at the teacher? I got to do something different. I got to go learn something different. I got to connect with some new people. There are some amazing people in this room. If you're not writing down their phone number, if you're not, the fortune is made in the follow-up, not just writing down their phone number, but if you're not calling them, not just for what you can get from them, just to say, hey, how you doing? Happy anniversary, happy birthday. I hope you have an amazing event, because the people that you're calling are just regular people too. When you treat people like people and you honor people like people, people will find honor within you. And that's how you get the resources that you need. I would not be here if it wasn't for Christine at all. I wouldn't have been able to get on the other platform for the podcast if it wasn't for the young gentleman, Chris, and Yogi, that made the podcast. It's really teamwork that makes the dream work. What team are you on? What team are you a part of? Oh, I'm sorry. And Melissa, thank you.
No, they were just saying that's what we
We're-
do.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
We're
Well, shout out to Melissa in the building anyway.
yeah.
I'm saying, like, as veterans, we put our life on the line for the military. And guess what? I want to get a little closer to the camera. They tried to get everything out of us that they could. They didn't hold no punches when it came to using you as a resource to defend the flag. When you thought sometimes you're gonna go home from Iraq, they might have changed and said, hey, we need you a little bit longer. They got everything that they could get out of us. So my question is, why are we not doing the same thing? Because it's not a bad thing. It is a transaction. I gave you all of me. I was willing to put my life on the line. So now that I am exiting, now that I am transitioning, now that I'm moving forward, I need all the benefits. And guess what? It is your responsibility to go get it. It is your responsibility to connect with other people who can bless you, who might give you information that you don't know. We are all 6 degrees of separation from getting what we want. The question is, do we wake up every day to go get it? And this is my last gem. Every no you go through gets you closer to your yes. I'm gonna say it one more time. Every no that you get gets you closer to your yes. You have to be willing to go through your no's in life to get the yes.
Ooh, I like that.
That's good.
But you were conditioned not to. And it conditions you by the vowels. What do you mean? Well, what's your vowels? A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes Y. Well, how's that a condition? Because we say it so fast that we don't even hear what we're saying. A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes Y. Why is it and sometimes Y? Because as veterans, if we're not always asking why, we can't get the information that we want because we were only told to ask why sometimes. So we don't ask why. We don't ask how to get the benefits. We don't ask how to talk to the doctor. We don't ask the right questions. We don't connect with the right people to get what we want. And we'll say it even slower. A, I owe you, and you don't even know why. This is King Shackwell Martin, guys.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for speaking tonight. Everyone, make sure you connect. Hey, make sure you put your contact information in chat. And then we have
Yeah. Well, I can't follow that up, King. So, wow, that was amazing. I think there are several things that he said that could be made into a t-shirt.
Oh my
that we could just,
goodness.
you need to market some of those. Hey, you muted yourself.
Here.
Oh, it's fine. Real quick, I know we're almost at 7 o'clock. We want to make some introductions that came late to the party. Now, when you make introduction to the audience, please keep it to 30 seconds or less. It looks like we have Jamie Raisenbrook. Real quick, who are you? Where do you come from? What do you do currently? How are you? Glad you could join.
Hi, it's Jamie Raichbrook. Yeah, hi.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. I work with the Walking Tall movement, and the Hounds are kind of our community. I've been following Miltivet a little bit. This is my first forum, so thank you very much for having me. Mostly I work in advocacy, and yeah, I kind of pick up veterans here and there, work with them one-on-one for right now. But yeah, I've had a disability for about 20 plus years, and I came out with a medical, but I was a prior medic, so I have quite a bit of familiarity with what he was just saying right now. So anything I can do to help anybody, let me know.
Awesome.
I've gone through quite an appeal.
Put your information in the chat. If you don't have a number you want to give out, maybe.
No, I have LinkedIn. I'll put my LinkedIn information.
Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you joining. And then we have Jordan from Krieger Gaming. 30 seconds or less. Who are you? Where do you come from?
And then after Jordan, we're going to open the floor so everyone can share.
Hi. Yeah, my name is Jordan Kirby. I apologize for the video. I can't do that right now. So I am the president and founder of an organization called Krieger Gaming that uses video games and camaraderie to bring veterans and first responders together to fight against suicide. And we have been been very successful so far. Like, people are passionate about it. We are donating Xboxes to local veteran resource centers. We're getting game nights going. We are bringing people together. We're using the fun side of healing to prevent suicide. And I could go into a lot of detail about this that will exceed 3 minutes, but if you guys
Yeah.
got any questions for me, just put it in the chat.
Yeah, we need to connect. Me and King jumping up and down
We're
right
gonna do
here.
figure gaming
Oh yeah.
Patriots and Pods.
Yeah.
That's gonna come up. We're gonna have it.
Let me get your gamer tag.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
You do it at the post too.
We could do it at
Yes. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
connect with Jordan.
Okay.
So I guess Jordan will be here at the live. We're gonna open it up to questions for King and Noel real quick, but
Conversations, anything.
hold on,
We're-
didn't you have some announcements to make or no?
Oh, we do have a couple announcements, you guys.
The flyers.
We have a St. Patrick's Day fundraiser coming up. It's hosted by the Yorba Linda Rotary, and it's a fundraiser for Patriots and Pods. It's going to be at the VFW. I know this is going to be in March, so I guess what you should really do is go to Patriots and Pods website and see some of the events that they have, the offerings that they have, everything here, furniture, appliances, anything you can think of for home furnishings is absolutely free, no matter what your exiting status was. If you're a veteran, active duty, reservist, everything here is for you. So if you need to furnish a room, a house, an apartment, a home, give them a call, go on the website, check it out. There are all kinds of other opportunities here for veterans learning, classes, hangout time, so connect. January 27th in Irvine. Can't really see this.
Oh, it's too bright.
I know. Next Level Fitness is a gym in Irvine. There's going to be an open house community event, free. It's a different kind of event, wine tasting, music. This location, the facility's open to veterans at no cost. So this gym, King's been there. I've been there. Cold plunge,
Noel's been there.
amazing facility, massage, nutrition shop, every kind of equipment you could think of. They treat athletes. Everyone's there. The cold plunge is my favorite. I'm going to get to 7 minutes this Saturday.
I'll have to show up one of these days.
But anyways, I think that's all the announcements we have. Speakeasy coming soon at the Point of Park American Legion. I believe it's the first speakeasy in a Legion in California, and it's put together by a veteran. Super incredible group of people doing this. It's pretty cool. I had a sneak peek.
Yeah.
Other things, Patriots and Paws goes to Fort Irwin once a month. They go to Pendleton twice a month. Food drop-offs. So if there's any kind of need you have in that area, and Mill to Vet. Of course, Mill to Vet is not only has our live series on it, but is a transitioning podcast. So you have a story or some experience, strength, and hope to share with Mill to Vet. Connect, go to the website, sign up to have an interview, and help others in their transitioning journey, basically. And that's, I guess, it. Let's open the floor, you guys.
Yeah,
Open up, talk, say what
we
you
got
got to
questions
say.
for King and Noel. I know I have questions. I don't want to hog the airtime.
And we'll stay on right now as long as as long as you guys got to talk. So unmute.
I will give you all 10 seconds to ask a question.
Just unmute. We're talking. We're all on.
Hey, how was it being on Ballers, man? What was it like
did you meet
being
The
on
Rock?
Ballers?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You now boys with The Rock, you guys go hang out, go pump some iron together, bro.
Well, he wasn't filming that day. I got to work with Chris Lofton, John David Washington, and everyone else. The funny thing is, when I moved to California, I started working as a security guard at Fox Studios and different studios and things like that. And I was like, man, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to be around Jack Black, Morris Chestnut, Julia Roberts, all these people as a security guard. God to say what we talked about. We talked about me acting. And he was just like, shut up. You were just on the ground getting beat up by the police. If you act like a security guard, that's how they're going to treat you. But if you act like you know who you are, then it doesn't matter what you're wearing. I was like, all right, cool. So I went to school. My friend played Tupac in the Death Row Chronicles. And he was like, hey, I'm going to go to New York Film Academy to become a screenwriter. I was like, well, shoot, I just wrote my book. You know how we are. I'm going to school too to be a writer.
Yeah.
So I went to New York Film Academy to become a screenwriter. And they said they write 30 pages a day. I said, oh, I don't like writing like that. Not for me. And so they introduced me to the directing program. So I did a directing program, but to go to school, it was 6-7 days a week. I said, how the hell am I going to audition and be in class 6 days a week? God, just say, sign up. So I signed up. I do an audition for Ballers. 4 months later, I get a call back from my agent and manager. And they said they're going to meet me at 3 o'clock. You know, that means they're going to get rid of me. At least that's what I thought. So when they called me at 3 o'clock, I'm like, hey guys, how are you doing? They said, King, have you heard the news? I said, no. I said, but I do want to tell you, thank you for representing me. They was like, what are you talking about? You book Ballers. I was like, I know I got to find another agent. King, you book Ballers. I was like, what? Let's go. Okay. Guess where I booked Ballers at? The same place I was doing security.
Wow.
So the same security guards that I was working with were the same ones that walked me to my trailer. And instead of being arrogant and cocky, I was like, bro, if I could do it, you could do it. And this is how I did it.
Yes.
And then the director of Ballers, I don't know how he found out about my story about getting beat up by the police, but they brought me to the creator of Ballers. And I told him I wrote a book. He's like, you did what? He said, go get it. Man, thank God I had a book trunk full of books. When I brought the book back, right, to set, I had a book signing on Ballers. So all the people that I was binge watching the night before to be prepared to shoot were asking for my autograph, and they took a signed copy of my book. So it was just an incredible experience. I'm
Awesome.
so grateful.
Awesome. Great.
Well, King, I just want to say I loved your speech. But damn, man, you have to throw math in there, bro. Bro. It's like, what? Now he's doing math.
No, man,
the
next time go,
hell?
this Crayola equals this Crayola equals 3
Man, I
Crayolas.
was
And this guy will be all excited,
divided
man.
numerator, denominator.
King,
I just want to say I
Speech. Talking.
Damn, man, you have to throw math in there, bro. Bro. It's like,
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
No, man, next time go, this Crayola equals this Crayola equals 3 Crayolas.
That's awesome. That's a great soundbite.
Hilarious. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, you're on mute.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump in real fast. I'm in Los Angeles too, you guys.
Hey.
I don't know how long you've been here, but
Yeah.
where you guys are at, but
Hollywood.
get together and meet up for
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're in Hollywood. We're right by Runyon.
Okay, I'm in Woodland Hills.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not far at all.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
walk to the Joey's all the time.
Yeah.
You what?
Joey's.
Joey's.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
down in the village. You know the training center is going to be built over there in one of the Warner Center pretty soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's fire. Okay.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
can do
construction.
that.
So, anyways, I just wanted to chime in that real fast that I'm a locale.
Okay, we'll definitely connect.
Yeah, let's do
But
it.
I already connected to you on LinkedIn real fast. But
Okay.
I just saw you guys' phone numbers are up there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, let's meet up somewhere.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm super excited to meet you.
My husband's in entertainment too, so
Oh,
we like
nice.
the same peoples.
You
Okay.
probably did.
But, man, I know him.
Right.
That's why we hang around here so long.
Yeah.
Very
All right.
cool.
That's
That's
awesome.
If
it.
you give
I
us
don't have
enough
any
of a heads up, we can make it a big old party and make it over there. I'm in San Diego, and I know Christine and them. They're in Orange County. So
I was
we
just
could
in San Diego this weekend, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Man.
It was
If
nice.
you guys ever make it up to Washington, it's cold outside.
And then I have family
Literally-
in Washington. I'm actually from Washington originally.
Me
okay,
too.
where are you from at?
Bellingham, actually.
Bellingham?
From
Okay, I'm in
Bellingham?
Snohomish.
I'm from University Place, Tacoma area, like just on the border between University Place and Tacoma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Small
I was
Yeah.
I was stationed up there towards the end, but
Yeah.
Where at?
I was Spokane. That was
Spokane?
Oh God.
Okay.
Yeah. That's still a good drive from where you were at, though.
Yeah.
Oh, where you from? Yeah. Yeah.
She.
that's
Okay, I have questions.
Yes.
I have 2 for King, but I have 3 for the lady.
Ladies first.
Do you want to do ladies first?
Yep.
Yeah.
I know how to stay out of trouble.
Clearly.
I don't want no problems.
Sure.
Awesome. Good answer.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that.
Bye, Hank. See you later, buddy.
I'm gonna get water.
Later,
Yeah.
bro.
All right. So, Noel, you have an awesome background story. But I wanted to ask you, when did you decide when you wanted to act, when you want to be an actress and want to be a motivational speaker. Both you all have a natural affinity for it, but when did you decide this is what I want to do? This is the path that I want to take.
Oh my God, that's dope. So I have two answers. So as far as acting, I've always had an affinity to entertainment. However, when I was about 11 years old, I had got the lead role in this small play at my school, and I knew I was going to kill it. I memorized my lines. I was so excited. And I get to the stage and I have white fear and I forget all my lines and I run off the stage crying because I didn't know what I was going to say. I forgot everything. I was terrified. Um, so I just thought I was never going to do it again. And then years later, when I got to high school, I had a wonderful professor named Mrs. Halpin. And I was looking on our board, like back in the day when you had to sign up for electives, like which one you want to do. The electives I originally wanted were all taken up. And so there was like maybe two, like one other class, and then it was theater. And I was like, man, this is whack. Like, I don't want to do that. And then my would-be teacher, Mrs. Halpin, comes up to me. She's like, hey, I think you should try your hand in theater. And I was like, girl, bye. I'm not doing that. I forgot all my lines and I ran on stage crying. That's not for me. That's not my lane. And she was like, I think you should let that go. That was a long time ago. Just try again and let's see what happens. So I was like, fine, I'll do it. Like I had such an attitude, roll my eyes, everything. Fine, I'll sign up. So I signed up for the class. While in class, this was an intro to theater class, we had an emotional recall exercise to do. So basically, you're sitting there, you have to think about something real sad or something that made you angry or whatever, and then you had to just let the emotions take you back to that place. So I do, and then I start crying. I was just crying, crying. When I opened my eyes, all of my peers were looking at me like, how did you do that? Oh my God, that's crazy. Well, how did you do that? And I was like, bitch, I'm not here to teach her. She said to cry and she said to be mad. So like, I just did the assignment. So then she's like, she's like, okay. And then she says, well, why not go out for the school musical? And I said, girl, I'm not doing that. I can see now you got me in your class. Now you want me to do extra stuff. Like, no, I'm not doing it. And she's like, you should try. And so I said, okay, fine. Roll my eyes again and said, fine. I end up getting into the high school production of Guys and Dolls, and I played General Cartwright. When I did that play, that changed my entire world. That changed my entire life. And so from then on, it went from being so fearful of theater and acting to becoming the love of my life and wanting to overcome stage fright. And it evolved to so much more. So now I'm so in love with the craft of acting and putting on a show, performance, producing all things theater and film, all that. I'm so in love with it. It's in my veins now. As far as motivational speaking, I got into speaking because I saw that there was a big need. So as you may or may not know, there's not a lot of Black folks that are in Washington. And there's even less Black folks that are in film and TV in Washington. So just keeping it real, I would be the only Black female who would be on the production side for these sets. So I was working on PBS shows, I was working on McDonald's commercials and all that, and I would be the only Black woman who was on the production team. And that really bothered me because that means that there was not a lot of Black and brown kids that knew that this was an avenue to get into the film industry. So I started calling my old high school. I called high schools all up and down Washington and even Oregon saying, hey, do you have a theater program? Are you teaching your kids how to get into film and TV? If you don't know how to do it, I got you. So I started calling people myself, and it snowballed from me speaking to my alma mater, Curtis High School, to speaking at Pierce College and TCC, like Tacoma Community College, and it just snowballed into me speaking from in Washington to all the way down to West Coast, really, like Oregon, and then all the way down to Cali, where I'm at now. And then I recently spoke in Texas at the Girls Empowerment Conference about the exact same topic, navigating Hollywood safely, how to get started, what to know, the do's and don'ts, what's the entry level way to get into the industry, what is a production assistant. I just used my life experience to fuel my speaking, because that's all I got. All I got is my truth. So I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, awesome. Wow, that's powerful.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. I have one more question, but we have to wrap it up.
No
We're at
worries.
7 o'clock and we're open time. Man, did anyone else have anything to say to add on to that, or any
things
questions
that you'd like to
for
personally share?
any questions for King or Noel before we?
Yeah, Akina.
Okay, I'll make it really quick. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys. Rob Howard invited me to, he sent me the link and the flyer for this. So I'm really glad that he did send that to me. I'm a military spouse. My father is Marine, husband's Marine, brother Marine. It's the only thing I know my entire life, military child right. I'm very passionate about the military community. And your story, King, I have to say, resonated with me because I have 4 boys, 4 young men, ranging from 27 to soon to be 20. And my 27-year-old at the time was probably 21, lived in Texas at the time, and we got transferred here to California, Camp Pendleton, and he went through something similar. I was on the phone when it happened, and he was actually in a Walmart, and my heart dropped. So listening to what you were saying, it changed him. It defeated him, and I hated that I had to share with him or say to him, I'm sorry that this happened to you, but unfortunately, it's probably not going to be the last time something like this is going to happen, right? He's also into theater. He does shows. He goes up to LA every now and then with some other people who are in production, and they do their films and things like that as well. But it's changed him, right? So listen to your motivation and just your encouragement of coming back from that and not letting that hold you down, because it does something to you, right? Is really encouraging. I already sent him your information. I was like, follow him on Instagram, and I'm hoping that maybe you guys can connect with him.
Absolutely.
We have a clinic in 3 parts of California. I'm located at the one in Oceanside. I'm an outreach coordinator for that clinic. We do different events and programs for our service members, our veterans, active duty service members, and their families. And I would love to connect with you guys all. I wrote down everybody's information, took pictures, and I'm going to reach out to you guys because there's different things that everybody does that can definitely impact the community that we serve, which is the military community on all levels. And so I'm always looking for resources and organizations to not only connect with, but to figure out how I can support you as well, right? It's not all about me and what I can do for the community. I want to know how I can support you guys also. And so I would love to connect with each of you guys. I put all my information over there on the side. Feel free to reach out. And I just look forward to hopefully meeting you guys in person, and then maybe having you come into the community, our clinic, give you a tour, sit down and figure out how we can, collaborate, partner with each other and support each other. We are a national nonprofit as well, so I don't have any money, I'm sorry. But everything we do is free. We give back to the community, it's all free. We just want to make sure we're working to improve the lives of the community that we serve.
Okay. Thank you, Akina.
Yes, Akina, you did put your information in chat. Perfect.
Maybe we can copy it. Please, everyone, put your information if you want to connect. This is again what our main goal is: to network, bring people together from all different walks of life. Not just, okay, well, I was in the military and I can only connect with veterans. No, some of the people here aren't all veterans, so if you need help with anything, again, put your name in the chat. Christine right here, she's an encyclopedia of knowledge and information. With that, do we have, are we good? We've done our announcements. I have one more question.
Yes.
One more question.
Well, we wanted to
One more question.
I want to make sure anyone is in the Irvine area. Like Akina, if you're in the Irvine area or can get to the Irvine area, please come to the January 27th event at Next Level Fitness in Irvine, 5 p.m. Hour and a half, very short. You're going to meet a lot of I'll talk to you more about it, but the fact that they service veterans for this health and well-being is amazing. And you're going to meet other people who are businesses looking to help nonprofits. So
Yeah.
just come, please, and then go ahead. And then anyone, feel free to unmute as well.
Yeah.
Hey, well, so since we're towards the end, I want to make sure that all you guys and girls, when you guys see this on social media, please make sure that you hit the like and share. It's
Share.
all we ask.
Well,
We
I've
need
already
you.
shared it.
We need your support in sharing the information, sharing the messages. King,
And
bro.
subscribe. And
Yes.
subscribe.
Subscribe
Mill to
and the
Vet.
newsletter.
YouTube.
Newsletter
Mill
subscribe.
to.
Those subscribes are going to be able to bump us up and also help service more veterans and widen our net. It's going to benefit everyone that's in here. It's going to build your connections. It's going to build your network and also show that these places that have all these resources, they may be good places to go invest. So just share it, please. Also, the website is www.mill2vet.com or .org.
Mill to.
Yes, Mill2Vet. So thank you so much, keynote speaker, King, brother.
Noel.
Man.
Yes.
Yes,
Awesome.
that was amazing. And we love you guys so much. Thank you for being a part of us. All right, it's on to you guys.
Christine, is there any way that you could like compile everybody's information
Yes.
and just
Yes, I will send out an email. If you make sure your email's in this chat, I'll blast an email out to all of you guys with this link and everybody else's contact information.
Yeah.
I know you have a question.
I have one more, my last question. And we're already at an hour and 15. But if you two, and again, I love the way that y'all were brought together. You guys bring different things to the table, but together you two are an awesome couple. I know, I believe King for sure. I know you go to church. You were preaching there for a little bit. But how does life bring the two of you together? I'm pretty sure everyone was wondering that question, but like, how did y'all cross paths? How did y'all meet? Short and sweet. Everyone likes the origin story, right?
Right, that's so funny. It's funny because very quick. I was in a place in my life where I wasn't looking for anybody. I wanted to be left alone. I wanted to be by myself. I was like, I was working, making my dreams come true, and all that good stuff. And then my best friend, her mom is a producer, and she was creating a show called Pick Up the Mic. Yeah. And so my friend was like, you gotta come. I want you to meet my mom. But by the way, there's this guy named King. And I said, girl, what do you mean? I said, fine. And so she's like, no, he's really cool. He's really cool. He has a lot going on. He reminds me so much of you. And I was like, okay, girl, fine. And so I get to set, I meet her mom. She's amazing. And then I see this beautiful man walking up, and I was like, oh, the game face. So we were just talking about what we do in the business. We were just talking about our purpose in life and the projects that he had going on. And I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. Okay, so he does have things going on. Fine. And so then we exchanged information. And then he was like, if you're ever free, let's meet up for lunch and let's talk how we can work together, how we can make some films happen. And I said, okay, cool. I hit him up on Juneteenth. And I was like, hey, I know you're not working. It's Juneteenth. So you want to go out to lunch and let's talk business. And ever since that day at Tender Greens on Juneteenth, we have been together ever since. So now we're at 7 months. We're at 7 months. So it is a wonderful feeling to know that you could be just living a full life, loving what you do, loving who you are, and then that's when the person that you're meant to be with shows up in your life. Not when you're searching for it. It's when you are filling your own cup.
That's perfect. And I think, and that's why I asked that question last, because I think right there is a perfect time to end this podcast. What do y'all say?
Oh goodness, thank you guys so much for sharing all those amazing words. We're so happy that you're a part of the series, a part of what we're doing, and now in our community.
Absolutely.
And you're my best friends because I've decided. I love you guys so much.
We made it.
Thank you all for joining tonight. Like Chris said, we just need to make sure we share this message. So now this is our first time on YouTube. We've been doing this on Facebook.
Cool.
We've been recording live for 2 years, and now we're taking this to a new height. Seriously,
There you
with
go.
the Mill to Vet transitioning podcast, and this will be once a month, like it's been on the third Wednesday of every month, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 1 hour. Some point we'll go over, but please continue to join us. We'll have different topics every month, and we want to continue to share these resources.
We're gonna have to expand past an hour. It's just natural. Because we got people like King and Noel
in
on
our
here.
third year, yeah, we're actually in our third year.
We're gonna have to go over.
He's like, we got
will,
15
we
more minutes.
will.
I'm like, oh,
Hey.
more time.
So more
Hey, it's not a
resources,
bad-
more veterans.
It's not a bad thing to go over. It's not a bad thing at all. As long as it's value added. Plus also this is what it's all really about. This is
Yeah.
all what we're seeking for. King, I know I love your guys' messages, but then at the end of the day, hearing something like that and then being all energized and hang out with each other, that's dope.
Can't
That's
beat it.
dope. That's
Oh,
what it's all about right
we
there.
do
You know?
need to share another thing. You guys, anyone who is going to the First and Goal Project golf tournament, it
Oh, yeah.
got moved. So not something it was not something that was convenient. It happened to Dave. I don't think it was planned. So right now he's in the works trying to get the message out to everybody. So I know we're on live right now. If you know anyone that was going to be a part of the First and Goal Project second annual golf tournament to raise funds for veterans, the date was March 18th. It is now April 8th. Connect with Dave, just let him know, hey, I know, or I'm going to be there on this date, and we'll all just shift, and it's going to be an incredible event. Last year raised funds for Veterans Legal Institute, Patriots and Paws, Care Possible, First and Goal Project, and I'm missing one. Do you remember which one?
I don't.
Operation Transition Outside the Wire was there last year. This year, Mill to Vet's going to be there. Patriots and Paws is the gold sponsor. It'll be incredible. So just keep your ear out, keep listening to what's going on. It is an amazing day for veterans, raising money for veterans, professional football players. We've got Timo Solani, right? Baseball players,
Yeah.
basketball players, cast of the Mayans.
Football players.
But yeah, Anthony Munoz was there last year. He's going to be there this year. Oh, Michael Anthony Hall's confirmed for this year. So
We're
it's
gonna be
definitely
there?
something you want to do. King, Jack Heel, Martin.
We'll be in the building.
And Noel Jackson is going to be there. So we need to be there.
Yeah,
we are going to be there.
Yep.
Anthony, you got to be there. It is an incredible day. I know that we met Yogi and Chris. Chris was still in Navy when we met them. It was a great day. Hank, who was on earlier, did the day with me, sharing about Operation Transition Out to the Wire. Jordan, you're going to be there, right? If you're not, you got to be there.
Oh, I'm trying to be there. I'm working with
Yes.
Dave right now.
Okay, we'll figure it out. It's going to be awesome. And then we'd love to have you, Akina. We'll figure that out too. It's an incredible event.
And we're
I'm
just
down.
looking for more stages, more platforms to speak on. It's just not about the
Oh, I'll
back.
give you more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's introduce. We got a network of people. We got Mario, Sergeant Major Mario P. Fields, Unarmored Top. So if you guys, you know him. Yes,
Cool.
yes. So
Yeah.
I used to be his family readiness officer advisor when we lived at Camp Cherry Point.
Wow.
Oh,
too.
Cherry
Oh,
Point. I've been
awesome.
there.
That's cool.
All right. Well.
See, we're all connected.
Yeah. Crazy.
We're good people.
With that, again, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you again. Special thanks to Noel and King. Appreciate you guys.
Man,
God bless.
appreciate you, brother.
Patriots and Paws.
Patriots and Paws for hosting us.
Patriots and Paul,
And,
shout out to them.
Chris and Yogi for having us on your platform again. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And with that, if you're watching this, you too can be unbreakable.
Yes.
That's it.
Hey.
Good night, guys.
Cut.
I love it. Cut. Does that mean cut?
Mm-mm.
I mean.